Listen to the 48 Hours podcast for shocking murder cases and compelling real-life dramas from one of television's most watched true crime shows. Go behind the scenes of each episode with award-winning CBS News correspondents and producers in Postmortem, a weekly deep dive. Listen to 48 Hours wherever you get your podcasts.
This episode is brought to you by Marvel Studios Echo. All episodes streaming January 9th, only on Hulu and Disney+. Rated TV MALV. Viewer discretion advised. Maya Lopez has betrayed her mentor, the notorious Kingpin. Now on the run, she returns to her hometown to prepare for the biggest fight of her life. Don't miss Marvel Studios' hardest-hitting series yet. An epic 5-episode event. Marvel Studios Echo. All episodes streaming January 9th, only on Hulu and Disney+.
Hey, Cricket customers, Max with ads is included with your Cricket $60 unlimited plan at no additional cost. Nice! Max is the streaming platform where you can watch Scoob, Meg 2 The Trench, The Nightmare on Elm Street collection, and so much more. Remember me. Just log in with your Cricket username and password to experience Max on all your favorite devices.
We've never seen this before.
Max, the one to watch for a good scream with Cricket. Yeah! Phone plan streams in standard definition. Programming subject to change. Fees, terms, and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
This episode is brought to you by Bumble. Ladies, Bumble is in your corner. They remain dedicated and committed to supporting women, providing a safer space to build kind and meaningful connections. And the way they see it, every day is International Women's Day. So this year, to show their ongoing support, Bumble is investing in the next generation of women making moves for a better tomorrow. Make your move and join Bumble in supporting women. Visit bumble.com/IWD.
Hey y'all, I'm April.
And I'm Caroline.
And this
is your Bloody Happy Hour.
Caroline, are you ready for this?
This is your newest guilty pleasure.
It's the bloodiest part of your week.
Did we say something about it also being happy hour?
Show did.
Because we about to be sipping on some murder. Bloody Happy Hour.
Hey y'all, this is April.
And this is Caroline.
And this is Quickie Tuesday, Turn Up Tuesday, Bloody Happy Hour.
This is Bloody Happy Hour. You ready for it?
Yeah, tune in at the end to hear our episode sponsors.
Okay, so as you know, what just happened? The Murdaugh trial has finally come to an end.
And you had a panic attack?
I had a panic attack. I was at a work event, and I find out as I'm on the bus to this restaurant, and I could not. I was like internally combusting. It was an experience I've never experienced.
Yeah.
Because the verdict comes back after 2.5 hours of deliberating.
2 hours and 50 minutes.
2 hours and 50 minutes. They deliberated. That's unheard of. I don't know. This is 6 weeks of my life that I've dedicated.
Yeah.
And you're going to just tell me the day that I cannot watch and listen to it that you're going to come out with the verdict? No, ma'am. But yes, ma'am, they did.
So you had to go and hide?
I had to go.
So you could listen.
I had to go. I just had got to this restaurant. I had to put my AirPod in my one little ear hole. And I had to go to the front of the restaurant, and there was this huge plant, and I'm hiding behind the plant with my drink, listening to the verdict, and I was just like doing high knees in place, I think, because I couldn't control it, and then I needed to talk to people about it, but I'm like, these people are going to really think I'm crazy, and they're going to kick me out of the company. Yeah. But I still told some people about it. Anyway, oh my gosh, guilty. He has
for everything.
Y'all, I'm still shocked about it.
Yeah, I am too.
Did not think they would come to it so fast. I watched, there's a juror that was interviewed, and he said that he didn't believe him at all when he got on the stand. There was no tears. He was not crying. He was just blowing snot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he is officially sentenced to 2 life sentences to be served consecutively. each for the murders of both of them. And then he still has, like, he's going to be coming back into court to face all his financial crimes. And he still has to go. And I know the defense, they're going to appeal it and everything and however that works. But he's shaved his head now, so it really looks
like a skinhead.
Why does he do? Why?
He doesn't look like Donald Trump anymore, because I was like, is this Donald Trump's brother on the stand? He looked just like, I was just watching him. I watched his testimony the most. I was like, oh, he looks just like Mr. Trump here.
I didn't see the
no?
resemblance. No.
Yes, they're twins. Really? I had like 4 people tell me that.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Anyways,
but he had good hair. Why did he shave it off? I don't know.
I know. It's ought to be against the law to shave off red hair.
He had shaved it off before,
but I thought that was after the injury. Remember, he shot himself. That I just found out about because
that's the roadside incident.
I know, but I don't remember you talking about that on the episode.
Yeah, staged suicide. He tried to stage a suicide.
But I have to admit, at the end, I was like, oh my goodness. There is some reasonable doubt, and people only need a little bit. I was thinking about, like, Casey Anthony. They only needed a little bit of reasonable doubt. She got off. And I was like, it's going to be a hung jury. It's going to be a hung jury.
Everybody thought.
Then 3 hours, I was like, oh, he's guilty. Like, there's no other conclusion to come to that quick besides guilty. And I really think they had spring break trip plans, and they were going to have to be sequestered. And they were just like, come on, whatever. What majority rules? Yeah. Let's just get out of there.
The jury who was interviewed said it took them 45 minutes to decide.
so they just shitted around.
Talking about sports after you know about that.
Passing around cartons of eggs, dozen eggs.
Yes. Yeah, and so they said, like, I think initially 2 of them said not guilty, and then it didn't take them obviously long to change their mind. And this is what it was. It was the kennel video.
Yeah.
Because he had lied over and over and over and over about being there, and then he gets on the stand and is like, oh, yeah, I was there.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then it's like, you don't have the burden, I guess, like you would another case. So if this was a guy that was like a great guy, a man of integrity, they would probably have thought about it longer. But it's like, even if he didn't do this, he deserves to be in jail. Oh. He's very much guilty on 1 trillion other things. So if we get this wrong, it doesn't matter. Like, they didn't feel bad about sending him to jail, even if he didn't pull the trigger, is my thinking behind it.
Yeah.
And that's probably why it's so easy to coerce the 2 not guilty people to guilty, because that's a hard argument to argue. I had a damn assault when I was on a jury. It was just an assault, and it took all day. We had 2 idiots. It took all day, and we had to come to a conclusion, and we still couldn't get them to turn.
That's what I figured, that there would be somebody who would just, absolutely not budge. But
perhaps one of the most troubling cases, not just for me as a judge, for the state. You have a wife who's been killed, murdered, a son savagely murdered, a lawyer, a person from a respected family who has controlled justice in this community for over a century. It's also particularly troubling, Mr. Murdaugh, because as a member of the legal community and a well-known member of the legal community, you've practiced law before me. It was especially heartbreaking for me to see you go in the media from being a grieving father who lost a wife and a son to being the person indicted and convicted of killing them. What tangle, web, we weave. What did you mean by that?
It meant when I lied, I continue to lie.
And the question is, when will it end? When will it end? And it's ended already for the jury because they've concluded that you continue to lie and lie throughout your testimony. You have to see Paul and Maggie during the night times when you're attempting to go to sleep. I'm sure they come and visit you. I'm sure.
All day and every night.
Yeah, I'm sure. And they will continue to do so. And reflect on the last time they looked you in the eyes.
And I tell you again, I respect this court, but I'm innocent. I would never, under any circumstances, hurt my wife, Maggie, and I would never, under any circumstances, hurt my son, Paul.
Well, and it might not have been you. It might have been the monster you become when you take 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 opioid pills. Maybe you become another person.
And now a word from our sponsors.
This episode is brought to you by Bumble. Ladies, Bumble is in your corner. They remain dedicated and committed to supporting women, providing a safer space to build kind and meaningful connections. And the way they see it, every day is International Women's Day. So this year, to show their ongoing support, Bumble is investing in the next generation of women making moves for a better tomorrow. Make your move and join Bumble in supporting women. Visit bumble.com/IWD.
911, what's your emergency?
Do you hear that? It's coming from the house.
It's coming from inside the house? Do you mean? Could it be?
The Poltergeist. New from Rogue Media. Two haunted hotties talking about haunted places. Every episode we dive deep into the darkest places and give you a bit of history.
We're getting spooky in all the right places.
You've gobbled your last ghoul.
Follow along for the craziest and spookiest stories with Debbie's Dark Tourism. The Stanley Hotel,
Winchester House,
The Alamo,
Hotel Monte Vista,
and more spooky places. Find us at _Poltergals. POLTERGALS.
Look over your shoulder. It's us, the Poltergals.
Wherever you consume the podcast, you can find us there.
Hi, this is Sarah.
And I'm Carter.
And this is Some of Our Thoughts.
We're two Southern sommeliers, and we want to share everything we love and know about wine. We started hanging out during quarantine and cooking and drinking and listening to music, and we just thought this would be a great way to bring everything we know to you guys.
We will make wine knowledge and food pairings easy and approachable. So put on your favorite vinyl, grab your favorite glass of wine, tune into our show, and let's have some fun.
Wine and vinyl. So check us out on roguemedianetwork.com or wherever you get your favorite podcast. We'll be talking about a lot.
Bros and heroes. Gonna tell you about bros and heroes. Gonna tell you about.
Hey, I'm Zach.
And I'm Mike.
And we have a fantastic new podcast to tell you about. Bros, Foes, and Heroes. It's the two of us looking into the world of comics, breaking down some characters that you may have never heard of, and some that are just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, so Zach comes up with a character each time, and I go into it just completely blind. I don't know who this person is or what their abilities are or anything, and basically I guess we kind of go over their origin story and just some of the ridiculous stuff that maybe, especially Golden Age stuff.
Oh, Golden Age stuff is always the best, and we will make sure to highlight all of the shenanigans and just absolute weirdness of everything.
Yeah, that's right. So subscribe today and follow us on Instagram at Bros Foes Heroes.
And if you don't, I know where you live. Not really, but please subscribe.
Bros and foes and heroes. Gonna tell you about bros and foes and heroes. Gonna tell you about.
Nope, they budged.
Wow.
Yep. Then we have some Idaho murder updates.
Come on.
First of all, did you hear about how they're thinking about bringing back the firing squad?
I did, but I never know if they're like really serious.
I know it was great. I think they definitely should bring back the firing squad just for him. For him. So what they did was they had 60 days. They had these search warrants under seal for 60 days.
Yeah.
So it hit 60 days. So that's why these search warrants were unsealed and released to the public.
Okay.
Because I was thinking, why are we getting information whenever there's a gag order? I don't understand that. And then looking into it, it was because it's all the evidence they recovered from his parents' house and what they took from inside of his car. And his apartment, but his car also. So they got like over 60 items.
Yeah, and it's random.
Random. But I think they're just trying to get anything and everything that they might need before they have to turn over the stuff. So some of the stuff was a knife, there was a gun, there was empty magazines, like gun magazine, pocket knife, face mask, flashlight, dark clothing, a criminology book. There's a certain the details are insane. But from his car, they took the brake pedal, the gas pedal, they took headrests, floor mats, a side door panel. They took I don't know the number, 37 pennies and 5 nickels and 4 dimes.
What?
It was all of this,
a bunch of different other shoes, because initially they got the Vans, right? But now they had other types of shoes. So I was like, did those shoes not fit the shoe print?
I think they're just trying to get, I don't know. I mean, it was 4 pages worth of items. Most likely they said that the doing the brake pedal and the gas pedal is if he had blood on his shoes, then it's going to transfer and it'll be on the, on the gas or brake pedal, and then they'll have blood or DNA evidence.
That's smart.
And then seatbelt, just maybe if he grabbed the seatbelt. So I think it's just anything he might have touched, anything that their hair. I mean, they're just trying to get everything. So that happened, and he's supposed to be back in court in June, which that's when they have the whole hearing, which is going to be, and he has yet to enter a plea, so there's no plea. Also, did we talk about the house being demolished?
We didn't. Last time we talked about it, it was boarded up, and then that next day they said they were demolishing it.
They are demolishing it. I think the owner sold it or just released it to the school. The school is going to demolish it, and which is interesting because people were doing TikToks in front of it or something, and then at the Murdaugh trial they said that people were going out to Moselle, which is the property where the 2 were killed, and they were out there doing TikToks and videos and stuff like that.
And supposedly that's about to be up for sale, or it's under contract.
It's been sold. It's just been sitting there while trial was going on. So there's those 2 updates, and then we have a wild case.
I did see that it came out that Bryan Kohberger has liked every single Instagram picture of, what's the name? Kaylee. Yeah. So they looked back and looked at Kaylee's, and they had saw, but I don't know if it was actually his Instagram.
Well, I mean, yeah.
But I feel like Enton put that out there. It was good sources, because when I see stuff like that, I look at the source to see if it's a reliable source.
Right.
And I feel like it was one more thing that had something to do with social media. Somebody
said that he had pictures of them on his phone.
Yeah, a ton of pictures of them, but it was saved pictures from their Instagram pages. So he had clicked on it, saved it, or screenshot it and saved it. So he had a ton of them on their phone. And then somebody just came out. I just saw it on Twitter. They shared Elliot Rogers' manifesto. So if you were at our last live show, I did the story on incel Elliot Rogers, and they're trying to make links between Papa Rogers, his little surname online, and Elliot Rogers, and trying to make some incel connections. But I guess that'll probably come out in court because we haven't heard much about that.
It's going to be good. Okay. This is the story of 28-year-old Hong Kong model.
Woo!
Abby Choi.
You're welcome, Hong Kong listeners.
She went missing February 21st. Her body was found February 25th.
Okay, 4 days.
So 4 people have been charged with her murder. Her ex-husband, her ex-husband's father.
Oh.
And her ex-husband's brother.
Oh, are they the Murdaughs?
Maybe.
Are they the Hong Kong version
and
of the Murdaughs?
The mom of the ex-husband, so mom and dad and brother. And mom was like a co-conspirator. She like is charged on obstructing the case. So, okay. She was married. Abby was married to Alex Kwong.
Okay.
In 2012, they were both 18 years old. They have 2 kids together. They divorced in around 2016. And then Abby Choi went on, she started another relationship. She ends up getting married. Well, they have this apartment that they had. So she's this model. They have this luxury apartment for the family and the kids, like for Abby, the husband, the kids. Well, she's the one that's paying for this apartment. So she ends up having the apartment in the dad's name. Like, so father-in-law.
Okay.
The apartment is in father-in-law's name.
New father-in-law.
The old father-in-law.
Old father-in-law.
Yeah,
Okay.
because she wanted to avoid like taxes.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is where this whole thing comes in. This is the reason for this murder, is because they are fighting over this property.
What?
Yes.
Is it $1 trillion property?
Tens of millions.
Oh.
But that's Hong Kong money, so I don't know what that means in American money. Yeah. So they're having financial disputes over tens of millions of Hong Kong dollars.
Okay.
And this is with the ex-family and her. So apparently her current husband's family is living in that apartment. Okay?
Okay.
The ex-family is not happy about this.
Yeah, I mean, no family would be.
So she wants to now sell this apartment. But the ex-family is like, no, you're not selling it. It's in our name.
But who was she been paying on it this whole time?
I assume.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. So this leads to the ex-brother-in-law is like, hey, Abby, let me take you to go pick up the kid from school, one of the kids from school. And Abby's like, okay, great, thanks for the ride. And then he ends up hitting her over the head with something. She's passed out in the back of this, whatever the car it is they're driving, takes her to this other home that the family had rented. And this is whenever they just destroy her.
Gosh.
So apparently this murder was meticulously arranged. Obviously, it's planned out. Let me just tell you what we have. They have a workshop. It's like Dexter Workshop, but really, really horrible. They were, they found tools that were used to dismember the body in this apartment. Meat grinders, chainsaws, long raincoats, gloves, and masks. The walls were covered with to be shielded. So there
it is like Dexter. I know. For the blood spatter.
And they had the raincoats so they wouldn't get themselves blood stained.
Wow. All well thought out.
They have this electric saw, 2 types of chopper, a hammer, a handbag that belonged to her. They found her ID, and in the refrigerator, they find 2 dismembered human legs, as well as 2 pots full of soup containing carrots, green radishes, and minced meat that investigators suspect to be human remains.
Did they listen to our Catherine Knight and Zach and Addie episode?
I think they did.
They don't even eat cows, and they were like cooking up human like meat.
Yes. When the soup was fully analyzed, a skull and several ribs were also found in it. The back of the skull had a large hole in it, leading the law enforcement to believe that it was a blow in the back of her head that killed her. So most likely she had already died in the van whenever the brother hit her in the head.
And so where's husband or ex-husband?
Ex-husband they're all at this house just waiting for
her to come. So brother actually got it. Okay, I couldn't remember.
So then they cannot find the torso or the hands. They're thinking they were disposed of. Mm-hmm. I mean, they chopped her up.
Gosh.
So then the ex-husband is like fleeing, and he gets on a boat. He was trying to escape the city by speedboat, is what it says. Oh. But he was intercepted by Tung Chung Development Pier on somewhere in Hong Kong. He was discovered. So they find them. They're all arrested, and they obviously are just going through this huge, awful scene of murder and grinded up body. And
that is horrible.
And apparently Hong Kong's super safe. Like, they don't have hardly any crime or murder. But man, they went like, did y'all really need that apartment? Was it that serious?
And then why couldn't you have just gotten a lawyer and gone that route?
I don't know.
You at least would have got half the money.
And how do you convince like 3 people to go along with you?
And your family. Like, I can't name one person.
2 kids together. They have 2 kids together.
So they killed their grandkids' mommy.
Just like it was another day, just walking in the park, just nothing, no big deal.
Money makes people do the worst of the worst things. It is the root of all evil. I don't want trillions. I just want a little bit.
Yep.
A little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more. Not enough to make me want to do that. That it's just crazy. Like, when there's multiple people doing stuff like this, you planned, you agreed,
exactly.
You co-signed on it.
Yeah,
you brainstormed. It's kind of like the story I'm gonna talk about on Thursday. It's crazy.
I don't understand. I don't know.
But do they have everybody?
Yep.
Okay. In custody.
Yes.
Arrested.
Yep.
And they have weird death penalty there. Like, they still believe in hanging. I feel like
all denied bail. Yeah.
I'm glad you did that story, because I kept seeing it come up.
I keep seeing it too, and I was like, what is happening? And then it was wild. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. That was good. Good stuff. Okay, y'all. We hope you enjoyed this quickie. That's all we have, except for we need to remind you of this 2 great deals that we have strictly from Bloody Happy Hour. The first one is the ultimate Manscaped. You can get that big package, or you can get individual items. It doesn't matter what you get. It is all amazing. All the products smell amazing, and all of the razors and clippers are very neatly shaven, and they're just great. I get so excited when I walk home, when I walk in the bathroom and Soupy has his charging. So what website do they go to?
You go to manscaped.com and enter code BHH, and you get 20% off and free shipping.
And free shipping wherever. If you live in Hong Kong.
If you live in Hong Kong and you need to shave some things.
Yeah. Before you go to your kill room.
Yeah.
Then
manscaped.com is the place to go.
Yeah. Also, mushroom-based supplements.
Oh, tell me more.
Plant-based supplements. And it is legal.
It is legal.
No hallucinations.
No, none at all.
You have options. You have coffee.
You have coffee, cacao.
You have elixirs. You have any type of super blend that you can add to your soup. This does the same thing. Like, you get the same benefits from coffee, but more.
Yeah. And you just got to go to go.foursigmatic.com/happy-hour.
Yeah. And this one, you get 30% off.
30% off.
But I don't think free shipping. Either way, both great deals. Go and take advantage of these Bloody Happy Hour codes because they are going away here real soon. I think that is it. We will see you all next Thursday.
That is it. And,
what should they go do before they do anything else? Before they get out of their car, before they get in the shower, before they sit down, they need to go on and they need to
rate, review, and subscribe.
Yeah, because I'm a little pissed. Can I tell you why I'm pissed real quick?
Please tell me.
I think we just reached 8,700 downloads for this past 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
But do you know how many ratings we have? 110. So
reviews or
whatever. I don't know. It just says 110.
Yeah. That's not the math.
That's like 0%.
Math ain't mathin'.
So you listeners out there, especially our OGs, I'm really mad at you because if you have not put in a review, I'm mad. And then newbies, don't be like the OGs that haven't put them in. If you've already put one in, we love you, and we hadn't read it, we will be reading it. So go do that now. That really helps. If you can't do anything to help Bloody Happy Hour, you can put in a review.
It's pretty easy. You just click the 5 stars and then you just type a little paragraph or sentence. Just one sentence.
5 stars? You can even click the 1 star because it still gives us a rating.
Yeah.
But you got to tell us why if you click the 1 star. And I think that's it, Caroline. How do we end this podcast? Don't forget to
stay aware,
stay alive,
and always be DTF.
DTF, what does that mean?
Down to find the killer.
Yes, new people. It only means the other DTF sometimes. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.